Howdy and welcome. You are listening to A Mom's Guide to Wine, a guided wine tasting with candid reflections on motherhood. Here we spill the tea, but never the wine. And we're your hosts, Eliza James
and Rosie Gold.
And we're so happy you joined us for today's tasting adventure.
Full disclosure, for those with little ears around, 90% of our topics and language will be more on the R rating scale. Also, we are not professionals or experts. We are simply sharing our experiences and including some Google searches for support. We are amateur wine enthusiasts and professional moms. That is our skill set.
And that's it. So today, we're trying something new. We are recording from separate locations. And so it's a bit of a struggle, but we're going to try to make this work.
Bad weather.
Very bad
has
weather.
Made things happen.
So we're going to make this work. We're going to make this work. So today's wine is a Hatch Chile Wine. I just want to emphasize it's a green chili Hatch wine. I'm going to pull it off the ice real quick. It just says Hatch.
It's a very colorful label.
Yeah. It's a green bottle, which is kind of cool with a green label. So you want to, Rosie, read the back of it because I got a kick out of reading the back.
So it says grape wine, with chili peppers added. World famous Hatch Green Chile is the key ingredient to create this wine with a unique New Mexican flair. Semi-sweet and very smooth, this slightly spicy wine brings to life the flavor of the Southwest, served chilled with your favorite Mexican dish. Well, I'm fresh out of Mexican dishes today, but I have some random things to try it with that I think will go good. One, I'm hoping is chocolate. That's the most exciting thing I really want to try with it.
I just have some
because it's like there's a lot of desserts that people are pairing recently that are chocolate and like chili.
That's true. That's very true. So we'll see how that goes.
I wanted to try it out.
I'm curious. So on their website, because they do have a website, hatchchilieswines.com. It says the Hatch Chile was born from the extension of the Santa Fe Railroad Company back in 1880, Hatch, New Mexico. They began as an adobe post office and railroad flag station. I'm assuming they're talking about the town here, not the wine. Named after General Edward Hatch, the commander of the Southwest military, the town grew until a flood in 1921 and it destroyed most of the adobe buildings, constructed of earth and wood. The village was rebuilt and continues to prosper as an agricultural community, although most well known for their famous green and red chilies. So if y'all don't know, Hatch chilies are synonymous with New Mexico flavor and spice profiles. I have family out in New Mexico.
And that's why it says Southwestern.
Yeah, it's like a thing. It's their thing. So anything you get Hatch chili anywhere else in the world, it came from New Mexico. Let's just be honest with that. It's really good,
So
though.
Another fun fact.
Go ahead.
Another fun fact about today is we also had to have 2 different wines. So now Rosie's going to have a big bottle of wine that's just going to be hanging out until I find someone to help me drink it.
It's fine. At some point, maybe you'll get there. Maybe your husband will like it. You know?
And I had to buy a wine opener. What
I'm
blasphemy!
So
have a podcast about wine, and I have a wine opener now.
Yay! So
I had to go to 2 liquor stores to get a wine opener.
That's hilarious. So on their website, they have a downloadable stat sheet on their wines. So they make a red and a green wine. This is the green we're trying today. We do have the red in our lineup for a future episode. Just not sure what we're going to pair it with yet. But so they say that it's a fire, for the tasting notes, it's fire roasted, mild Hatch Green Chile, cold soaked in a white wine, allowing traditions of wine and chili to infuse. Should be a semi-sweet and very smooth. Slightly spicy. Should bring life to the flavor of the Southwest with the unique New Mexico flair. So they really like that unique New Mexico flair. For food pairings, it says serve chilled with your favorite Mexican dish, desserts, cheeses, and don't forget to use it as an ideal cooking wine in your favorite Southwestern recipe. Perfect for poultry.
Okay, now I know what I can do.
Right? So when you're cooking with wine, it is best to use a wine that you like. Like, don't buy the super cheap wine and think you're going to add it to your meal, because it's not going to add anything to your meal if you don't like it. So always use a good wine for your cooking.
Makes sense.
Right, because you don't want crap wine in your food, because then you get crap food. So don't do that. Also says the alcohol is 12%. So keep that in mind, Rosie, when you're doing this. Should be a color of pale straw, and we should taste green chili. Surprise.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open my bottle. Have you opened your bottle?
No. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, I want to see you open your bottle. I'm going to open mine.
We do have a video feed where we can see each other, but y'all won't be able to see us. We're not there yet.
Not quite. Woo! I used my electric opener.
I'm doing it slow because I'm a little scared. I went straight in because it's got a foil top, and you always told me it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You can do it. I have faith in you.
All right, let's see here.
So you remember how the that pineapple chili wine, like when we smelled it, it like burnt our nostrils?
Yeah.
I'm hoping this doesn't do that.
Are you laughing at me because I don't know what I'm doing?
A little bit. There you go. Just like that.
I figured it out. I found the leverage.
Yeah.
Okay. It's happening. Ah! Look, I look like a pro.
Yeah, you do. I'm so proud of you. So it smells very nice.
Oh, it smells pretty, and I can smell the chili.
I can smell the chili, but hasn't burned any nostrils yet.
My favorite salsa to make is Hatch Green Chile and Tomatillo.
Oh,
I love that stuff.
Yes.
My father-in-law calls it chow chow when I make it for him. I don't know what chow chow is, but
in my
that's
experience,
what he calls it.
Chow chow is kind of like a mix of all the thingies. Like you just kind of like make a salsa, but it's not like what you think of as salsa. If that makes sense.
All right, I poured a little in my glass. Are you there yet?
Yep, I got some in my glass. I'm ready. I haven't tasted it yet. I was just smelling it. It smells pretty, and you can definitely smell the green chili.
I like it.
Okay, so it's definitely a semi-sweet, and it has a little bit of a bite at the end of it.
It does. It's not anything like that other one that we had with pepper in it.
Complete opposite. I'm actually pleasantly surprised, because I expected to be like floored by the spice in it or something. And I'm happy.
And my nostrils aren't burning, because remember the last one, we took a big whiff, and like that pepper went straight into our nostrils.
Mm-hmm. This one's not doing
I'm not getting that today. This is a lot softer. You definitely can taste the chili, though.
Mm-hmm.
The little chilies.
Yeah. So where did you find your wine at? What store?
Oh, great question. I went to Total Wine.
Okay.
In that Total Wine store, I had to Google several towns around the Austin area, Austin, Texas, because that's where I am right now. And there was so many different wine stores and things. I finally found it at one of them.
Okay.
But it was, I don't remember the price.
So I bought mine in
My
New
husband
Mexico.
also bought a bunch of bourbon.
Well, Your husband has to have something too, right? That's what it is.
Yeah, so I don't really know the price because I wasn't paying attention to the price because he bought 3 bottles of different whiskey/bourbon or something like that.
I think mine was around $12. And like I said, I bought mine in New Mexico.
Sure.
There's a Lowe's, which I've learned that Lowe's is either a hardware store or a grocery store. But this Lowe's was a grocery store.
Oh, yes.
And so we
have lots of grocery stores, Lowe's.
Yeah, so we don't have any of those this side of Texas. So, but on New Mexico side of Texas, they're apparently pretty popular. But that's where I bought my wine, was at a Lowe's, but in New Mexico. I think it was
all
about
right. The
$12.
cheese is awesome. The cheese is awesome with the wine. If anything, you taste the chilies more. And that totally makes sense if you're pairing it with Mexican food.
I have a Colby cheese that I'm pairing it with, and it's very nice. Like, you could sip this as a snack wine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a dessert wine. It's not sweet enough, but you could sip it without.
But there is some sugar.
So cheese is like the perfect pairing for this. Can you imagine if we ate this with chips and queso? Like, that would be the shit. The shit.
So I was really excited about the chocolate. I have a Girardelli chocolate with sea salt caramel on the inside.
And how was
it? It is amazing with it. It might be because I'm obsessed with the chocolate, but
helps.
I wouldn't say you taste the chili more. You don't taste the chili more with the chocolate, but it's definitely good.
Oh, good. Well, so today...
And I have a giant chunk of Gouda.
I see you eating a giant chunk of Gouda.
It's a chunk of Gouda. I didn't take time to slice it.
Oh, well. It's just you. You do whatever you want.
What's today's episode supposed to be about?
So today, Season 3, Episode 5, we are talking about diseases at daycare. Dun, dun, dun.
Ugh, gross.
I know, right?
Did I mention I get sick by everything? So daycare is literally the worst thing for me.
It's just the breeding ground. Like, I don't think you can escape it. If you have a kid that goes to daycare, they bring home all the cooties. All the cooties. So if you send your kid to daycare, they will get sick, and so will your whole household. It's a given. Like, there's no way to get around it. I'm convinced that's
But you still can get sick going to the grocery store, but
it's not.
You're definitely going to get sick more often.
Yeah, I definitely feel like kids in daycare definitely bring home more cooties. I don't have anything to relate that to because I've only had one kid that did not do daycare. My middle child, she did not do daycare. And so, like, but she was sick all the time. So I can't be like, it was daycare that does that. But she got, like, pneumonia, bronchitis. She did not get pink eye that I can remember, or strep that I can remember, because those are, like, very common daycare diseases, right? Like, everybody gets them, like, 20 times over. But, yeah.
But she had a lot of, like, bronchitis type things, like allergy-related type issues, too.
Yeah, so daycare probably would have
just from being in the environment.
Worse. Yeah, well, it would probably been so much worse. Make sure you have established care when your kid starts daycare, because you will probably be seeing your doctor quite a bit. I know that was like a number one thing that we did, is made sure that doctor set up pre-screening was done before daycare started.
So my little got RSV real bad. And this was, he's almost 5 now, so several years ago. And we had to go to the hospital twice. You remember? Because it was out of town. And I went over to your house. Remember? Because I didn't know what to do. Because I'd already been to the hospital twice. And we just toughed it out. I just remember him vomiting on your couch.
Yes, he did. Yes, I remember that night very well. Because it was like red Kool-Aid everywhere, vomiting. Or it might have been Gatorade. I can't remember what we were getting. Probably Gatorade.
I don't remember, but it was nasty.
It was gross. Yeah.